myself, I've been in Web3 since 2019. I started trading out of the blue, out of curiosity. And once I started learning more about the world of blockchain, the world of cryptocurrencies, I found more interest with it. And through that, I got more into AI and digital marketing and media. Now, this workshop is going to be a bit interactive, so I'd please like to ask you to join this Telegram group if possible. Until then, we continue.
Wait.
Sorry. And no one bought their phone. I hope you guys are all in a wonderful show. Are they in? We need like 20 people in the room. That's good? 25? I guess that's enough. Well, should be all. Alright, so let's move on. In this workshop, we're just going to see how we can tackle the complicated blockchain topics utilizing AI. But at first, we're done with the introduction, so let's move on. I want to just jump over into the history of AI prior to jumping back into blockchain. So did you know that in the year 1940, the Enigma machine was invented during World War II? It's actually a very famous movie on Netflix. AI is now being a buzzword, machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, but this technology has been in study throughout thesis studies since the past 8 years. Now, when AI became more relevant, or when the people started using it more regularly, is when Apple started using it back in 2008, when they introduced Siri on their iPhone 4S that time. I think so. It was the coolest thing to have, like, in your school. After that, Amazon introduced Alexa, and Sophia, she also got bought in 2016, is when Saudi Arabia gave her the citizenship. She was the first humanoid robot to receive a citizenship, and she's now right there. After that, we saw the AI revolution starting in 2020. There's all of the tools, the ChatGPTs of the world, the Google bars, things that we're using on the day-to-day basis. But these things have been in development for a lot of years, and they indexed all the data together, and they started offering you that product of having a very simple chatbot. So how can we utilize these chatbots to create educational content? As you might be really aware, these chatbots can be used for everything. ChatGPT is something at this current moment in time that I can't live without. It's just, I'm really dependent on it. She's my, I don't know what to call her yet. But there's more introductions to other alternative tools like Adobe Firefly. So if you're in creative media, Firefly is useful. Microsoft Bing also introduced their own chatbot where it could directly go into the internet as well. We have Midjourney for pictures. The options are endless. But the thing is, it really doesn't matter which tool you utilize if you're focused on creating content, albeit educational content. Because in that regard, you only want to utilize it as a tool rather than as a replacement for a content creator or as a replacement for something else. You're just leveraging it to make your life easier. So for example, I've been a podcast host since the year 2020. And when I first started utilizing those video editing softwares, the average 1 hour podcast would take me at least 20 hours of manual labor to edit. With AI tools, it just takes 3. It's the same competency, the same experience, but with one shortcut. So you can optimize your workflow, optimize your life, basically, by just using it smartly, but not as a replacement. And of course, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, also sells their tokens for you to be able to develop your own chatbots. And if you can develop it, you can feel free to do so. Now, as I said, large language models, they're useful, but do not fully depend on them because you don't know when they might crash or when their server might give you the bad outputs. Like for example, when I was preparing this presentation to gather all the correct info on ChatGPT, it told me that GPT-4 did not exist because their data is outdated. So I had to literally gaslight the ChatGPT in order for it to tell me that, oh, we exist. They don't know. Its data is outdated. But how do we ensure that we date them the data? So I want to show you a brief example of a project developed from someone in the Bitcoin community. And this is something where they've compiled all of the relevant Bitcoin information and anthropological studies. So they studied every specific religion, caste, beliefs, and they combined it all together, and historical archives to see and to educate people on how Bitcoin is relevant. So I want to do this mini exercise for now. And you can just throw in your answers, please. Oh. The man? Yeah, sure. Or can everyone hear me? Yeah. So what languages do we speak here?
English.
Persian. Persian. حدا بده بالعربي شو؟ Let's keep it. No. Let's keep it in American English for now. Alignment. It could be an aesthetic. So I'll just keep it random until somebody tells me to stop.
Stop.
Yoga.
No.
Let's do another cycle.
Stop.
Outdoor enthusiasts. You're in Dubai, are you sure? And what concerns you in life?
The heat.
Is there an option for this? Oh. I mean, heat is global warming, it's there. Yeah. Does Bitcoin help? Now, through the archives of the information on Bitcoin and anthropological studies, it's going to give you an output on how it can function, but it's really slow, so let's finish the presentation and see if it's still there after we're done. Moving on to the next section on what we need to do to create content. So over here, as a hackathon, this is the AI and literacy workshop. But I also want you guys to be creative in terms of what topic we should focus on, and let's just center it around Web3. So, which topic in blockchain fascinates you the most, let's say? And what?
AI, I guess.
Ethereum, that's one topic. We need like 3-4 options, please.
Sure, the NFTs, like...
NFTs. NFTs. Solana, yes. And... So Ethereum, Solana, and NFTs. Now, you've mentioned 2 blockchain projects and 1 use case of a blockchain. Now, how can someone break it down to be able to comprehend in a specific language or tone? We're going to also need to identify content verticals. What type of content is this? We're all consumers of content when we're using Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, newspapers, magazines, people still don't know if they use it. And each specific channel that we see on social media has its own brand voice. If it's targeting the younger generation, the Gen Z, it's going to utilize Gen Z tone or the slangs. If it's targeting people who are more know-hows in tech, it's going to change its languages. So once we identify this, you'd be able to train your chatbot into creating content for you. So demystifying blockchain is always like a really complicated subject because it's really tough to identify where to start. And the best example to start with is Bitcoin, because this is the root, or let's call it the first cryptocurrency that reached the mainstream and is still relevant until now. So I just want to ask you how you would define Bitcoin. If somebody said Bitcoin, how would you define it?
In simple terms, I would just say it's a digital currency.
Mm-hmm. Digital currency.
I'd say it's a digital currency with no governmental oversight.
No governmental oversight, yes.
Very flexible and very trading and
Yes.
Money.
Money. Shadi, what did you say?
No, I was just gonna say about the origin. Was used to buy guns online.
That's true. Actually, yeah, that's true. Because of its anonymity, it was used to buy guns, yes. So, this is just a fair and square definition. And honestly, since you've come across it through friends, through family, دير بالك هدول حشاشين ما بعرف شو عم يساوون. We've always got these comments on Bitcoin.